He's indisposed. Well, fortunately for you, Sam, because you've come in to replace him. Welcome back to Sam Lavender, good friend of the channel. Thank you for coming back on. Yeah, man, you come from the new cam yet? Only just 2 days ago. And oh, 1 second. We got sound on there. Where does that rank for you in terms of just European nights as a Spurs fan?
Just a general night.
Just a general, yeah.
One of the best. The whole day was just unbelievable.
The whole trip was unbelievable, right?
Just didn't expect. I mean, I didn't expect that to have that much fun. I enjoyed myself probably more than I have in any other away day. It was just so much fun. The result, the goal, the everything, brilliant.
Where do you think that ranks for you? In one of the best?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it probably is I probably is the best. I can't think of any others.
I remember you flew out last minute, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you weren't going to come. I remember you were telling me how gutted you were.
I couldn't go for a few reasons, and then I think it was the night before the game that I sorted it out. Very, very last minute. Sorted ticket, hotel, flight out. Literally about 6 o'clock the night before. So yeah, probably the best decision I've made in a long time.
Couldn't have been more worth it, I would say.
Definitely.
But obviously going to Barcelona, getting the result. We saw the lineup for the game. You're thinking, all right, it's a weakened Barcelona team, but they still got good players in there like Coutinho, Dembele.
I don't think it was that weak. Everyone's calling it Barca B team. There's only two or three from the actual B team that were even in the squad.
To be honest, at the time, I didn't acknowledge in my head how weak the team was, but I've looked back at the team retrospectively. And it was weaker than I thought it was, to be honest.
But going forward, they still
had Coutinho, Dembele, Rakitic.
Coutinho and Dembele are 300 million players put together as it is.
And then Arthur, obviously Vermaelen's a poor defender, but
they've brought on Busquets at half time.
They had Busquets, Messi came on
with quite early
half an hour to go. But do you think the performance? Okay, in retrospect, we played them off the park. In honesty, we should have won the game, especially in the second half.
Still don't really know how we haven't.
Yeah, we missed a bunch of chances. But do you think the draw was overblown from a Spurs fan's point of view in terms of just how good we were to get a result and then obviously go through? As in, if Inter Milan win, are we all sitting here we'd
be sitting here saying what it could have been?
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought it was obviously it was a much weaker Barca team, especially at the back. But I thought we went there full of confidence. I mean, we like you said, we played them off the park, and I mean we got the goal we deserved. I don't know how we only scored one. It was a bit like that Chelsea game a couple of weeks ago where we should have scored a lot more. Which is a problem this season. Need to start taking these chances, but. Yeah, I thought we dominated them physically and with the ball as well. I thought we played some. I think the pitch as well suited us. There was so much space. There was so much space on that pitch. Like every time someone, Toby or Sissoko, or Ericsson, someone had it on the right hand side. Danny Rose had about half the pitch on the left hand side. And
let's talk about Danny Rose for a bit, because it was a real return to form for him. That is by far and away, in my opinion, his best performance since he's come back from his injury by a long way.
That was a Danny Rose of when he had Kyle Walker on the right. That was his best performance since those days. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
He even when Messi came on, I thought he dealt with that really well. And considering he hasn't played in a while either, I thought he was on a big pitch and on the big stage. Yeah, he did really, really well.
I mean, do you think he's back now? Can we say he's back now? Is there only one?
Because I don't think he'll play on Saturday now. Because I think it probably took a lot out of him playing on Tuesday. And I think he'll play Davis on the weekend, and then we'll have to see if he comes back in against Arsenal on next week and hopefully delivers again. But we'll see.
It's a tough one for Danny because since he's come back from injury, it's been very, very stop-start for him. He's obviously had a lot of mental issues as well. He's very well documented about his depression that he's gone through. But if he can get back playing like he did on Tuesday, he's the best left back in the Premier League
without a doubt. He's quick, he's strong, good with the ball, fantastic defender. Usually times his tackles to perfection. I mean, sometimes he gets a bit over the top with his temper, but yeah, definitely, I can't think of a better left back on his day.
Yeah, it was really good to see how good he was on Tuesday, because it was kind of unexpected.
You weren't sure. Look, I thought it was gonna be Dembele out on the right. Is he gonna struggle? for the pace,
Exactly,
the big pitch. But he did really well, proved everyone wrong.
But the other fullback, Kyle Walker-Peters, he kind of struggled in the first half a bit. He made it. Well, listen, a lot of talk was around him before the game. You know, Kyle Walker-Peters coming in. I guess everyone thought Messi was going to start, but it turned out didn't start. But Kyle Walker-Peters starting in a massive game with Aurier and Trippier, you know, out of contention. A lot of pressure was on him, and making a mistake after 7 minutes, you would think maybe he would crumble after that, but he didn't.
He did well. He defended. I think he made a really, really good block from I think it might have been Coutinho in the first half or second half, actually, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Stopped the goal. Got forward a lot, took his man on and beat his man on. One of the he'll take his man on, beat him, and then he'll just turn around and go backwards. It's very.
That'll come with confidence, I reckon.
Yeah, very strange. Just put a ball in the box.
But what do you saying? Do you think it showed a lot? I know he went off fairly early, about an hour or so. But I thought after he made that early mistake, he did put in a good shift. He put in a good showing.
I thought he defended really well, went forward, was positive.
Yeah, he wasn't scared to get on the ball.
I don't actually think he made the mistake for the goal, but I don't think he lost the ball. I don't think he gave the ball away.
Oh, you mean other than that?
Yeah.
I think he did all right.
I think everyone kept the ball really well. Although he did get absolutely sold for that goal.
He did.
Dembele, both him and Winks.
Yeah, completely Dembele. That was a bit of a masterclass for Dembele. You saw when he used his raw pace in that moment.
He sat them both on the floor.
Walker-Peters could not keep up with him.
He made them both sit down.
But do you think it's a performance that Poch will sit down and think, okay, I can use him in future games, in future bigger games? Do you think he would have liked what he saw in that game?
Yeah, I think he'll start. I think he's going to start on Saturday.
Yeah, I think they're both out again, aren't they? Trippier.
Yeah, definitely. There's no reason for him to leave Spain on Tuesday with his head hanging. Did really well for an hour. Okay, made the mistake for the goal, but it happens. Look, I mean, Jan Vertonghen's been playing for Spurs for years and made a mistake in the derby.
Yeah,
happens.
It's true. And he's, it was the day after he signed a new contract as well.
Yeah.
5-year deal, 6-year deal, long contract.
2023, wasn't it?
Is it 4-year deal?
Maybe not.
5-year deal. Yeah, 5 years.
20.
Yeah. Do you think he has a future at Spurs?
Definitely.
You think so?
100%. I think he needs to bulk up a bit.
Yeah.
Same with Foyth, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I thought
he made
really
replacement at right back. I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Under Pochettino, definitely. I mean, if he goes, maybe not, but.
But so Walker-Peters, I think it was a good showing for him, but obviously he went off after an hour.
Then Sissoko went to right back
and
did even better.
I know he didn't have the best game in North London derby, but who did? But recently, he has just been so phenomenal, and to top it all off, he goes to the Nou Camp and absolutely bosses it. Unbelievable show for him, and I think as I say, even when he went to right back, he improved. I thought.
Yeah, he was so positive.
Yeah, he just
every time he got the ball,
with his raw physicality.
Yeah, he held people off, picked out good passes, drove forward. Stopped Messi. I remember you made a great tackle from Messi as well in the second half.
It was hard.
He was really good. He was brilliant. Everyone was like, he was against 3 small midfielders who don't play very often, but I think he bossed Rakitic and he bossed Busquets in the second half.
Yeah, I thought
he was brilliant.
He was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he, Sissoko? I mean,
I
feel like every podcast we keep lamenting how amazing he's been.
We Are Musa Sissoko podcast.
Well, as I said, he follows us on Twitter, so I hope he's watching. But he's just turned his career around so well. It's not even a surprise anymore that when he plays,
you expect him to now deliver every week. I'm sure he'll start on Saturday, and I'm sure everyone will expect him to get the ball and drive forward and try and break that Burnley defence that's going to come and sit behind the ball for 90 minutes on Saturday.
Do you think these performances from Sissoko now negates maybe the need to the because I think in the summer we were kind of desperate for a central midfielder. I still think we still are. We still are. But do you think Sissoko now? Would you still like us to upgrade on him, or do you think he's proving that he's good enough?
I don't necessarily feel we should upgrade on him. But I think we need another centre midfielder, because if he gets injured, then we really are stuffed. I mean, I think we've only got Dyer and Winks who are out and out. I mean, Dyer's not even an out and out centre midfielder. But I think it's Harry Winks, and that's it. You can't rely on a 21-year-old young English midfielder with injury problems who's brilliant but doesn't score. So, I mean, if he's the only fit centre midfielder we had, then we'd be in real problems. We need a centre mid.
Or with Dembele and Wanyama, their injury problems. So I've kind of half given up on both of them, to be honest. Not on their quality, but it's just been so long, you know.
I think the Dembele injury is a bit unfortunate. I think we saw when it happened. It was
it was a Wolves.
Yeah. I mean, Wanyama seems to have the same knees as Ledley King.
I'm hearing worrying rumours about Wanyama into his injuries. Just how that they're getting to a stage now where they're not sure he'll ever fully recover.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I know, fantastic. Which is a shame, but thank God Sissoko's turning up.
Yeah.
Because if we didn't, we'd be really screwed right now.
We probably wouldn't be where we probably wouldn't have gone to the. We probably wouldn't be third and wouldn't still be in the Champions League.
Yeah, and let's talk about our start to the season for now we've gone through against Barcelona. I feel there was a kind of in terms of the narrative of how the season was going, whether we were improving on last season or not. Obviously, points-wise in the league, we have. I think position-wise as well, we're probably higher than we were last season at this point. So, yeah. Probably. We've made our best ever start in the Premier League, right? But then people would say, oh, yeah, but you're going out in the Champions League, which is a backward step on last season. But we've gone through in the Champions League, you know, having made no signings in the summer. How good of a job is Pochettino doing right now on this group of players to improve season on season? It can't be underestimated, can it?
It proves you don't need to bring in players every year to make your team better than that. If your coach is good enough, then you won't need to spend money to bring in money. I mean, obviously, you look at City, money can buy you the league. They've spent their money brilliantly, and now they're the best team in the world. So, but Poch is proving that you can be a good coach with a group of players you got, and to trust in your manager, and you'll get the best out of the players you've got. And that having a team this team have been together for what, three to 5 years now, most of them.
Like that.
And if you build that sort of team, you'll get results. Whereas if you look at, I know they're top of the league at the moment, Liverpool, and they spent a lot of money, but they don't look as good as last season, despite being top of the league.
Yeah, you could argue. Well, you could say the same with us.
It's the same with us. Yeah, they're grinding out results just as much as we are. Or like you saw in the Merseyside derby, Everton really unlucky not to.
That annoyed me.
So it's things like that, but it's proven that you don't need to spend all this money to be at the top to be near the top of the table and to be a top manager. Poch is. It's a shame that people are judging him so much on trophies because I think he's one of the best.
I mean, he's performing miracles with two hands tied behind his back, in my opinion. And the fact that I think people just use the trophy thing as a stick to beat him with, where all you can see is how good of a job he's doing. No one can doubt that he's one of the highest performing managers in Europe. Let's be honest. That's how good of a job he's doing. How many managers can you think of in Europe that literally have no money to spend, especially last summer?
I think
continue to improve their lineup, or with either bringing in young players, bringing in players who are on the fringes and making them first team players, or just improving on players who are squad players.
I can't think there probably isn't anyone, because I think we're the only club in Europe that didn't spend a single penny in the summer.
Yeah,
I think that, which is amazing, astonishing,
it's incredible.
The most boring summer transfer window ever.
Yeah, literally refreshing, used out day after day, and getting
a different player every day that just sort of dissolves away. But it's amazing the job he's doing. He really is a very special manager, a very gifted manager. His man management skills are second to none.
And what I love about him
that's proving on the pitch.
Yeah. What I love about him as well is how committed he seems to Spurs. Like it always, even yesterday he was commenting on rumours, of him leaving and all that stuff. And he always says the right things. How he's managing Spurs like he's going to be here for the rest of his life, and how he's committed to the project. He really believes in the project, and he wants to be at Spurs for the long haul. He says he looks at managers like Sir Alex Ferguson and, dare I say, Arsene Wenger, who were at their clubs for decades,
years.
Exactly. And that's what he wants to emulate. He's not looking to be a Jose Mourinho where he wins a few trophies and leaves and moves on to the next club. That's not his style, I think. And so if people are looking that Pochettino is going to easily leave Spurs on a whim, like to join Man United for a couple of or Real Madrid for like a season or two, and then they'll lose interest in him. Yeah, that's not what he wants.
Because if it doesn't go well for him at this, if he moves wherever, PSG, Man United, Real Madrid, wherever he he could go. If he went to any of these places and it started to go a bit wrong, because he's had spells at us where we've had a few bad results in a row,
he always
a
turns
few
it
games,
around,
a few games, and people are saying, "Oh, should he go? Should he?" So if he has those spells at somewhere like Real Madrid, he'll be butchered.
Exactly. Look at the Lopetegui.
Yeah, he got 8 weeks, wasn't it, or something?
Something ridiculous. 13, or was it 10 games even?
Exactly.
And so Pochettino, I don't think Pochettino's time manager who would want to go into that situation, especially with unfinished business in the Spurs job. I think maybe if he's been here for like 10 years or something, and he's won trophies and whatever, and he's feel like his job is complete, then maybe he would. Of course he will. It's only about that time, Sam. You've got to believe. If it's like, I think once his job is complete here, then maybe he'll feel like, Argentina job or Madrid job, that then he can challenge himself. But I really do believe that he wants to finish the job he started here at Spurs, and and it's absolutely amazing what he's done. Sure.
Definitely, and everyone, I think everyone in England at least thinks he'll go to Man United one day, but that's right now. That's not a step up.
No.
It's a step down.
It's just not an option for him at the moment. Man United, they're a mess. Why would he want to walk into that? We're a better team than them, and we're further on in our project. Why would he leave in the middle of one project to go start another one at Man United? Yeah, he could. To be honest, if he would go there, he'd probably be a massive success. He probably would.
He'd be a success anywhere he goes. I think. But I mean, hope he doesn't go anywhere. But I just think I agree with what you said. I think he wants to build a legacy here.
Exactly. That's the feeling. That's what we keep saying. It's the feeling I keep getting. And people, all these rumours, I think it's just rubbish. I think there's nothing
jealousy.
has suggested that
people
Pochettino
hanging on to threads.
And one other thing I want to pick up on for Pochettino as well is one of the biggest problems or issues people have had with his management is his lack of in-game management, his lack of substitutions, changing the game, his lack of being able to work out a team. When we're not winning or we're not doing so well, changing the game up and turning the result. And if you think about this Champions League campaign against PSV at home, we're losing 1-0. He brings on Llorente, changes the game, he gets an assist. We end up winning the game 2-1. Inter Milan at home, we rested Eriksen and Son for that game. We're drawing 0-0, struggling a bit, bring them both on, wins us the game. Barcelona, we're losing 1-0, half an hour to go, brings on Lamela, brings on Son. They completely give us a fresh attacking impetus because we were struggling
it was Lucas who came off the bench and scored.
And Lucas scored, makes it 1-1. That's 3 games that saved us in the Champions League. He saved us pretty much, Pochettino, from elimination. As much as the players did remarkably well to dig out those results because they were struggling, 3 late goals, it was Pochettino's tactical substitutions that changed the game, and I think that deserves recognition.
I think Llorente deserves a bit of credit as well. He's come on. He
did all right when he came on for the last few minutes against Barca.
He went over to right back, I think, at one point. But you're right. His subs at Arsenal weren't great.
No,
and I think he learned from that and has got it right last couple of games. Llorente as well has come on, made a big difference. Lamela back on Tuesday is a big bonus as well. Hopefully get him fit for the next couple of games because I think we missed him a lot against Arsenal, against Leicester. Even though we won at Leicester, it would have been nice to maybe get him on and rest a few others.
But I just feel like that's a criticism that it's aimed at Pochettino.
I've said it as well about subs when he's not made them. When he didn't react to Emery's subs in the derby. I can't even think of another example. We haven't lost Watford.
Well, this season, to be fair to him, this season we've lost four games. Include Champions League 6 games because we lost 4 in the Premier League, 2 in the Champions League. We haven't drawn in the Premier League this season. There's not too many times we've been like drawing in a game and then looking to go on and win. It's either been chasing the game or holding on to a lead. So there's not too many times where, obviously, the Watford, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. Those are 4 defeats.
For 4 defeats that probably never should have happened.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue in each case that we could have got something out of those games. But I don't know if you could... But apart from, like, those 4 games, there's not too many chances where he had to bring someone on to change the game.
Yeah. We've seen, especially in recent weeks, Leicester, it's not easy to go to Leicester. It's not... obviously it's a hard place to go and get 3 points, and especially to keep a clean sheet. And I thought he rested Harry and he rested was it Ericsson? He rested Ericsson.
Yeah.
And
they were
brilliant.
Fantastic,
It was like a training game. They controlled the game, kept the ball, scored goals when we really needed to, right before half time, right after half time, kill it off. And then the game management has been really, really impressive recently.
Yeah, recently I was about to say I think his use of the squad has been absolutely phenomenal. He got a lot of stick for going with Foy in the North London derby, but if you think about it, as I mentioned before, against Inter Milan he rested a couple of players, and we end up winning that game. And then obviously we didn't win on the weekend, but the substitution came on and won us the game. Against Leicester he rested Harry Kane, he rested as you said Christian Eriksen, and they were our probably two of our better players on Tuesday night, especially Eriksen, who I thought was absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was one of his best performances of the season. I think he's really come alive, and I think that he's really using this squad really well. And I think this is the first time since under Pochettino that we've actually had a real squad depth in attacking positions.
Oh, definitely.
We haven't had that before, I don't think.
We've got so many different options, different types of players.
Exactly. We've got pacey players, Lucas and Son, creative players with Dele, Lamela and Eriksen, and then we've got ruthless players with Kane. So
Harry Kane.
Like in previous seasons, especially last season, we just haven't had that. Lamela and Lucas weren't really part of the picture, and it was kind of very heavily reliant on those attacking on Son, Eriksen and Dele and Kane. Very reliant on them two. And I really think that Lucas and Lamela have given us an extra dimension this season, and I think in a way it has negated the need for us to have signed a winger. I was banging on about us signing Zaha or a winger in the summer, but you know what?
I still think we need a backup for Harry, but.
Yeah, back of Harry fine, because Llorente is just not up to it at the moment. He's not. Yeah, he doesn't suit our player. I don't think.
Just like hanging around, really, half the time.
I think he could be a better plan B than we've used him for. But anyway, what my point is, I think it's the first time in Pochettino's tenure that we've had these options, and it's no wonder, it's no coincidence that all of a sudden we're having players coming off the bench and scoring, we're having players making an impact from the bench, and he's able to make these tactical substitutions that he wasn't able to before. Yeah,
and I also think that that you're right, the Lamela, Lucas, they bring in fact the front five, I guess you could call them. They do bring all the different dimension. But I still think we need that backup to Harry. I still think we need a centre back. I still think we need one, maybe two more players to take us to that winning the league sort of level. Because right now, are we there?
Winning the league?
No.
It's funny, but it's weird. It's a weird one because I think, in many ways, I think our best season was probably 2 seasons ago when we finished second. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in many ways,
and then the year we should have won it was the year before that.
Yeah, and it's a weird one because in a few ways we're better, and a few ways we're worse. And what I would say is fullbacks we're worse off, centre mid we're worse off in my opinion, but then attacking positions we're better off in the forward line.
I also think
and I think the centre back positions now with Sanchez in there and Foyth in there.
I think we've improved in terms of we've got probably 4 or 5 fantastic centre halves. We've got the 2 best centre halves arguably in the league. Maybe Van Dijk up there as well.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 really good young South American centre backs in Sanchez and Foyth. But are we better? I feel like we don't look as good defensively.
No, defensively, I would say we're probably not as good.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, we're probably not as good defensively because I think we were just imperious like a couple years ago. But. Yeah. Defensively, I think that's mainly down to the fullbacks. I think that's a weak area for us. I think from a defensive point of view, we get caught out too much.
Definitely,
we get caught out way too much.
I was at Leicester. I said I was having a discussion with the guy in front of you. I was saying how we desperately need to upgrade our fullbacks, and he was adamant that we don't. But he was saying how
if Rose plays like that, we don't.
I don't think we need to upgrade our left backs as much, but right backs, they're both not good enough. Trippier's great cross of the ball, but every time he comes up against your Sané's, your Sterling's, your Coutinho's, it just gets done.
It's true.
Same with Aurier. Don't know really. He's a character. I don't really know if he's good enough.
Well,
we need that. We need Kyle Walker back, really.
Apparently, there's some football on at the moment on TV, but I haven't heard about who's playing.
I don't know. Isn't it the
Intertoto
Cup or something?
Something like that. I don't know. But
Chelsea playing in like the Armenian desert.
Well, there's no better time to watch the WeAreTottenham TV podcast.
Exactly. I don't even think they won tonight, Chelsea.
No, I don't know. You know what?
2-2. 2-2 to the Armenians.
Is anyone watching that game?
I'm not even sure.
I think most people are still reveling about the new camp. But obviously, Spurs are through now into the last 16. Let's get up. I want to get up our potential opponents. Have you seen the list? Have you seen who we're going to play? So let's get up the list just so we can read them out, and then we can talk about maybe who we want to play. There's Porto, who probably everyone wants. Bayern Munich, Juventus, Dortmund, Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain. We're pretty much guaranteed. Apart from Porto, even that won't be easy, I don't think. But that's probably obviously the easiest one. Who, apart from Porto, because who would you pick out of those 5?
Bayern Munich, probably.
You think they're the most beatable?
I don't know if they're the most beatable. I just back us.
That's the trip you want.
I back us to do Munich home and away. Well, to do them over 2 legs. Definitely, I reckon we can go there and get a result. Their team's full of quality, but Lewandowski's great, probably on par with Harry Kane. But Ribéry, Robin, they're in their late 34, 35.
Yeah.
Kingsley Coman's quality. But then and so is Thiago. I think Thiago's brilliant. But then all of even their defenders and their Jerome Boateng's injury prone and 30 something. I think we can go there.
Do you think it's a good time to play them?
Yeah, they're not top of the league either.
Yeah, the manager is Kovac. He's struggling a bit.
I would back us against Bayern Munich, definitely.
It could be one of those ties which are beatable and has a bit of glory to it as well.
And I also think, but we all know what would happen if we did beat Bayern Munich. Oh, they're shit.
Yeah, they're shit. Same thing happened with Madrid. Oh, they're rubbish now, even though they went on to win it. The Dortmund, oh, they're rubbish. The Barcelona B team.
Every single time. Like, beat Chelsea. They didn't show up Chelsea.
Yeah, it's always
a reason.
But you know what? Looking at this list, I think
we'd do Real Madrid as well.
I think we would, and they don't look up to it at all. I mean, to be honest, we said that last season they turned around and won the Champions League, but
I would back us
at the moment. They really, losing 3-0 at home to CSK Moscow.
And that wasn't even their B team either.
Yeah.
It was still Courtois, Benzema, Modric. I think Sergio Ramos even played.
And they brought on Bell at half time. I know that as well. And I really think they're not the same without Ronaldo. I think they've lost a lot of edge there because he used to just get banged. He used to win so many games for them.
These games aren't until February, so of course there's the January transfer window. They could go out and sign someone.
Also true. So. I think we would have a good chance against them. But
actually, everyone wants Porto, and I'd love Porto, but I think it'd be very Tottenham to lose to Porto.
Yeah, it would be very Tottenham to get that draw we want.
No, I think we'd go there and lose. And then need to score 2 and only score 1 at home. Something like that.
Yeah, I think we have a moment to appreciate how Spursy Inter Milan were on Tuesday. Yeah. They did the most quintessential
Did you
Spurs
see the
thing.
Last second when he went through on goal? Icardi.
I saw the highlight. Yeah, what a tackle that was from the
tackle.
PSG guy. But could you get more Tottenham than what Inter Milan did? We drew, so we did our part, kind of dropping points. All we need to do is win.
We have Kwadwo Asamoah to thank for that terrible piece of defending for the PSV goal.
Yeah.
But I think we know who we're going to get. We're going back to Europe, to Turin.
You think so? For revenge.
That's
I
really
one.
Hope.
If I'm being honest, I don't think I personally I don't really fear any of these teams because
I fear Juventus with.
I was about to say apart
firepower.
from Juventus, I really think. All these other teams we could really
definitely
give them. There's no reason why we can't even away from home go there and get a result.
PSG. I know they've got Neymar and Mbappe, but all these teams at the back, they're all vulnerable.
You saw how vulnerable PSG were against Liverpool. They were very vulnerable. They didn't look like they were world beaters at all in that game. Look, they've got the quality. They've got the star quality.
All these teams are
so
world class, but
you can't rule. You wouldn't. I wouldn't rule.
It would
PSG
be stupid
out.
It would be stupid to write us off going into any of these games.
I don't think they would. I think we're I reckon we are one of the teams in that second phase that teams will want to avoid. They won't. They won't
people
want
won't.
to
Teams don't want to play us.
They
Teams
won't
like
want to
Bayern
play us.
Munich, teams who know, managers who know that they have problems and that they've got defensive problems will not want to play against us. Definitely, they'll be looking at Harry Kane and Heung-min Son and Dele and Lucas. They would have watched the
But
highlights
this
from
team
Wednesday.
now, if you think about this team, we've gone to Madrid and got a draw. We went to Barca, we got a draw. Went to Juventus, we got a draw. All
Beat
three
Madrid
games.
at home. Beat Dortmund home
beat
and
Madrid
away.
at home. These are big games where we've turned up, had really good and positive performances. I know we got stung by Juventus last season, even though we played very well for the majority of the game, somehow didn't make it through. But do you think this team now has that mentality where we can turn up in these big games, even in a round of 16 knockout game, and really
definitely
show our quality and hopefully take that next step and maybe get to a semi-final or something? Are you hoping that we can get to
Depends
that far
on,
this season?
if we avoid Juventus, then they're in Monday's draw. Then there's no reason why we can't go to the semi-final. Look what Liverpool got
to a final.
Okay, they were brilliant in every single game and were unlucky they lost the final to some seriously dodgy match fixing goalkeeping. But there's no reason why we can't go on a bit of a run. Okay, I was about to say they had an easy run to the final, Liverpool, but obviously to play City home and away and go through is amazing. But Roma in the semi-final is for that was if that was Spurs' run and Spurs got Roma.
And they only won on away. They won 5-2 in the first leg. They won on away.
Yeah,
goals
you would
in the
back
end.
us against Roma.
Yeah, of course.
And
And
I feel like they played Porto. They got Porto.
yeah,
last
they played
year,
Porto, Roma,
and Manchester City.
And Man City. I think another one. Who was? I think there was another one in there.
Yeah, round of 16.
Round 6 was Porto.
And
Quarters of
quarter-final,
City.
and
And
so,
then, yeah, you're right. Yeah, those three.
It depends on the draw, really.
I get, but I don't know if you can argue really with beating City though. That's pretty impressive.
In fact, do you know who we got in the FA Cup draw? I'm pretty sure they played on Tuesday.
Did they play? What, Tamworth or Southport?
Southport Tranmere.
Was that played?
Wasn't it Tuesday? I feel like it was Tuesday.
I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. English FA Cup. There was some FA Cup games, wasn't they? Didn't play that day, and maybe they played
Tuesday,
yesterday.
Wednesday. Are you sure? I thought that maybe I'm wrong.
Did they play Wednesday?
Just go on Tranmere on Google.
I'm looking at the fixtures. I don't see it.
That's a shame.
Looking up Tranmere's results.
Big game.
They drew. Oh, that because they need a replay. That's why they're playing again. No, they haven't.
Oh, I thought all the replays were on the 11th.
Sunday. No, they haven't played yet.
Oh, when are they playing that then?
They're playing on Monday, 17th.
Yeah,
Monday, which
week.
is when the draw is. But yeah, what if you were to make a prediction? Obviously, you don't know
who will get.
Not who will get. How far do you think we'll go?
It's tough. You can't. Oh,
I know it. I know. Everyone says about the draw, but we've played all the hard. Like, why fit anyone? We've gone to Madrid.
It's not that I fear anyone.
Away.
I just think it's foolish to
away.
just sit here and say we could get to the semi-final and we could get stuffed by any of these teams.
Yeah, we could just see losers. We could win.
But
you don't think this team is now a place they have that hunger because we haven't won?
I'll say we could get to at least the quarterfinals. Definitely.
I think that would be progression.
If we got Porto or Bayern Munich, even Dortmund, I think would struggle against us. But they are very good.
Dortmund are in good form. That Jadon Sancho looks very good, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they've got that
Paco Alcácer. Yeah, I like him as well. Let's read some of these chats then. Some says, I'm watching darts instead of watching Arsenal, the Aeroplane Stadium. That's a good one. What else is there? Quite a few Arsenal fans for some reason. They've got nothing better to do than watch
what else are you
to troll us on the
WeAreTottenhamTV
podcast. So you got nothing else but to do.
Don't blame them.
Who's better, Ozil or Ericsson?
Show some respect.
It's not even a debate anymore. I think it's not even a debate.
What year is he living in?
Even Emre knows the answer to that. I think
even Ozil knows the answer to that.
If you had 100 million in January, who would you sign?
Ooh. In January, 100 million. In terms of positions, I'd get a centre mid, an attacker, maybe a right back, maybe two centre mids. I'd get Ndombele from Lyon.
What about Rabiot? He seems like he's available.
Yeah, we could get him on a free.
I'd pay him. I'd pay the money.
Rabiot and Ndombele.
Actually, there's no point. He's Champions League tied, isn't he?
I don't know.
Probably. He probably is.
But Rabiot and Ndombele, I'd get in.
I love Rabiot. I think Rabiot would be I think he's exactly what we need.
Right, what right back would I get? Hang on. To be honest, if I had 100 mil, maybe we'd just give Man City 100 million for Kyle Walker. Bring him back.
Would you take what? You think Kyle Walker would come back? No chance.
But yeah, get a right back maybe. Don't know who though. Can't think of any that would even. I mean, everyone says What's his name?
Wan-Bissaka. You think you'd be a good shout?
Don't know. Would he be good for in a top 16? Palace fans say they would. I'm not sure.
Apparently there were 10,000. Oh, what's going on here? Bubbles.
It's not West Ham.
All right, not West Ham. Jay,
we've been hacked by West Ham.
It's all right. A bit of a technical issue. There were 10,000 yids in Barcelona.
It was amazing.
Unbelievable. Our allocation was 5,000.
Yeah, I was there underneath the away end. I saw because I was on the halfway line bit of the away end on the right hand side, and then below us was all Tottenham.
Yeah, all Spurs. They all somehow got seats together. Everyone was near the other Spurs fans.
It was amazing. All the we took over the train, the square.
Yeah, if you watch our vlog, the square was just full of Tottenham.
The square was very fun. I remember seeing you in the car. It was so much fun outside the Cane Bar.
Oh, the Cane Bar! I love it. The Spurs fans, they go to the square. There's a pub in the square called the Cane Bar, or the Cane Room. It's the Cane Rooms. And that is exactly where everyone decides to congregate and go for their drinks. They made a killing, the Cane Bar. I heard rumours they changed their name 3 days ago, but that's not. No, can't be
surely not.
That would be the most genius marketing move in the world. But no, I don't think
if they get Liverpool in the next round, they can change it to the Salah Room.
I mean, they probably didn't know their luck when all of them.
Even the people going around selling beers to everyone probably made an absolute fortune.
Absolute killing. But there was a bit of trouble. There was a few videos circulating on social media of the heavy-handed Barcelona police. Did you see any of that where you were? Yep. You saw. It
was because we were, for some reason they were only it was like when you come out of Wembley after a big game and you get in the train home and you got a queue for the train in blocks, really, a block of people, and they have the signs that say stop and go. So it's similar to that, and they're only letting a handful in at a time, and obviously everyone is very drunk and it's cold and everyone's trying to get through to go in. Mm-hmm. So people start pushing and they're literally letting about 2 people in at a time on like a side on the pavement, just letting one or 2 people in every few minutes. People starting to get frustrated. People start pushing forwards, and of course there's only about 3 or 4 stewards there. So then that's when the police come out and they put their masks on and they get there. But they're just swinging.
They just swing.
They just swing aimlessly. They don't care who they hit or what or where they hit. They're just swinging aimlessly, and they don't have the police out there. They don't wear numbers or names or anything on their police uniform.
Video. I want to see if I can get this video up.
You can't identify who they are. You can't complain. You can't do anything.
I want to know. Have you seen this
every
video
time an English club on Twitter? Yeah, every time an English club goes to Spain.
I want to quote this guy's Twitter so people could see it. 'Cause it's really disturbing footage. I thought. Where is it? I think I retweeted it somewhere. Here we are. Yeah. So the Twitter is at Lucas Moura, but instead of the U, it's an X. As you can see here, have you seen it? I don't know if we'll pick up on camera, but it's just.
That was in the away end. Was afterwards.
This was in the away end. There's a bit of a mix, but you can see that there's a bit of argy-bargy. But
there's stewards. Outside, it was police.
1 second. Where are we? But if you can see, if you go back, you can see the Spurs stewards get in the way. They're actually protecting the Spurs fans.
Yeah.
Look, there's just nothing. There's nothing really going on, and then they just start swinging.
Disgusting, to be honest. It's every time an English team goes. Every time an English team goes to Spain.
My Chelsea friends, they were warning me about this.
Lewis said to me it happened to him in Barca last year.
Yeah, they're so heavy-handed. Look at them. Look how cocky these guys. He's like, keep talking, like he's going to hit him again. It's unbelievable.
It's a shame because, I mean, Just makes them look a bit pathetic, really. Well done.
I mean, surely that's got to be something UEFA has got to look into and sort out.
It happens every time. Apparently, it's happening every time English teams go to Spain. Chelsea and Atletico and Barca last year. It happened to Spurs and Seville in 2008.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I remember in Seville, that was really bad. I remember those scenes. There was just police taking lumps out of the Spurs fans. I remember, but the Spurs fans, from what I remember, were getting a bit rowdy. But
yeah, well, I don't know.
But from what I can see, from that video, there really wasn't anything going on, and all of a sudden
there wasn't anything going on outside. It was just people trying to push through to get in, and none of it would have happened if they just let people in. Just people just wanted to get inside and watch football.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't understand why they have to.
It's just
get their batons out like we're trying to rush the stadium or something.
There was nothing going. There was absolutely no problems.
Well, but I mean, for a few people, Mardrop was an unbelievable day. But I thought, did you go back? You were, I saw you in the square after the game as well. We were there till about 4
in the morning
singing Spurs
I saw you at the
songs.
airport the next day, just because everyone's just sleeping in the chairs.
Yeah, man, because that was just pure joy. I thought as Spurs fans, that was it's been a while. Well, not a while, but I've said probably since last season, probably against Madrid, have we been this happy?
Yeah,
it was
just the whole day was just so much fun. It was all really good vibes the whole day. Everyone was having a great time.
So it's these type of away days.
Can't go wrong with a trip to Spain either. So
what trip if you could obviously. From a team point of view, we want Porto, but from a trip point of view, from a stadium you want to go to,
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Bayern.
Probably Munich. But I wouldn't mind going back to that. I think Bernabeu's great.
Obviously
they're all really even Dortmund's a great atmosphere. I just really don't want Juventus.
I feel like Juventus would.
Who's the other one? Is that it? Porto, Munich, Madrid.
Porto, Munich, Madrid, Juventus, and PSG.
I wouldn't be at Parc de France.
Yeah,
it's not too far either.
Been to France.
Yeah, an hour away. Not far. Shame Lyon didn't finish top of the group, and City did. Lyon.
No, what's a real shame is Ajax didn't.
Or Ajax, yeah.
That's a real shame.
Ajax would have been a great away day.
All right. We have Burnley on Saturday, 3:00.
Absolute thriller.
Wembley.
I am so excited.
First of all, it's been confirmed that Man United at home will be
even better
at Wembley again. Because the rumours were hotting up that was going to be our first game. Those were starting to hot up. A few people
I think it's
because
they couldn't get the safety events done over Christmas because it's Christmas.
I'm going on Sunday to the event. Yeah, to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What they call it familiarisation event.
It's basically where they take more of your money whilst you try the new food restaurants.
Yeah, pretty much. They're opening up the bar, whatever. We get to see the stadium. I'm going.
Anything
to get in there. Do you think that they released that announcement the day after we got the draw against Barcelona? Do you think that was a calculated move?
Yes and no. Yes, we won't know.
I wouldn't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I just would not put it past Levy to do that.
I think that I think we'll be in the stadium by the time we play whoever we get.
Well, Pochettino said he's desperate for the knockout stages to be in the new stadium.
Yeah.
So hopefully that bodes well. But honestly, I think we'll be getting delayed.
I think we'll be in it soon.
You think so?
Otherwise, they wouldn't have done this event on Sunday. Personally, you can't.
Yeah, but January 13th, they've delayed it again. It had to be. I thought it had to be that game. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I hope you're right.
I mean, Ben says he still thinks it'll be next season. I really don't think it'll be next season.
Do you think there's a cut-off point? I don't know. Do you have a personal cut-off point?
Yeah, this is the last. If we're not in by the knockout stages, that's it.
You'd rather not be in it.
It's not that I'd rather not be in it. It's just I don't think we will be in it, and then it'll be next year, which will be a shame. But we're not that bad at Wembley. Only a couple of teams have beaten us at Wembley. I think Barcelona, Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea last year, and Juventus. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, pretty good team.
Not a bad record. And I forgot United as well.
In the FA Cup.
In that horrendous when Poch got the team wrong that day with the goalkeeper.
But so we have Burnley on Saturday.
Excited.
We have a very good run of games now, actually. We don't play anyone in the top 5 for the next up until mid-February.
Well, Man United in January.
They're not in the top 5, mate.
Oh, yeah. Thought Arsenal was sick.
Arsenal sick. They're back in our shadow again. But they can go back below us. I love
37 games unbeaten and still fifth.
They're relevant. we have a really good chance now to build up ahead of steam. Now we've got the knockout stage out of the way. We're through. We've got that full of confidence. I think that's going to do wonders for us psychologically. I really think that the squad is now going to start to believe we can really achieve something this season. Because I think if we were to have gone out, having had our run last season where we looked like we could actually have gotten far last season, we unfortunately went out last 16. I think if we would have gone out in the group stages, it would have, a lot of people would have seen that as a step backwards. And really, we've done such a good job to just get through it, pile on through, get those results. And now we're in the knockouts. Now we can really focus on the Premier League for the next few months. Even though we've got the Carabao Cup as well, we're not even out. Yeah, we're out. We're not even out of any competition yet.
No,
we've got a Carabao Cup.
Quadruples on.
Exactly. But I think we have a really good chance now to build a very good run. And you know what? We are only 6 points behind top. And that's 2 games. And at this stage of the season...
Anything. And at this time of the season as well.
If we can, from now till end of February...
Christmas periods
we should go on... I would make a prediction that we'll go unbeaten up until mid-February. I can't see... I don't see where we'll lose a game. And maybe in the Cup. Apart from maybe in the Cup we might lose. But in the league, that's my prediction. Definitely. We're going to go unbeaten. I reckon my prediction is... Up until mid-February, we're going to be within touching distance of first place. That's what I'm going to put that. I'm going to say that right now.
I don't disagree. We'll find out.
There's
I think this period makes or breaks your season for any Premier League team, Championship team. We're one of the only countries without a winter break, so makes or breaks a season. But I do think, Saturday's going to be horrendously boring. If you think anything otherwise, then you're wrong. It's going to be a very
make
slow.
Some changes, I would assume.
Yeah,
we'll make some changes.
Not too. We haven't got another right. I think it'll be Lloris and Walker-Peters. It'll be the same back four. Maybe Davies and Rose.
Yeah, I think Davies.
We haven't got any other centre midfielders.
I think Dyer will probably come back in.
Dyer and Winks, maybe.
And then whoever didn't start, Lucas Lamela will restart.
Ali and
with
Kane.
One
probably.
of Dele and Ericsson starting ahead.
I think it'll be Dele. And then they'll play it out. I don't know. It'll be interesting because we've got Arsenal on Wednesday.
Oh, is that next Wednesday? It'll be interesting to see how seriously he takes that game. I don't see why he shouldn't play our first team.
I think Gazzaniga will come in and I think Rose will play.
Anyway, we're running out of time. What is your prediction for Saturday then?
Really, really slow and boring and cold. No, I think we'll win 2-0, 3-0, 3-1.
We have to go over the line, surely.
Wouldn't be surprised if Chris Wood scored from a corner.
I think Burnley are in very bad form, so I think
they won last week.
Did they win last?
Yeah,
they beat Brighton. Which is fair enough. Brighton,
they'll come and make it hard for us, but I think we'll win. But I do want to say, I think at the beginning of the season, our set pieces, defensively, we were horrendous. It was embarrassing. I think that's improved a lot recently. And attacking set pieces, we look a lot more. We started to, I think we got scored the most headed goals in the league. Starting to look a lot more dangerous from set pieces, which has also been a problem recently. We've never used to beat the first man, and sometimes we still don't. But we've looked a lot more dangerous from corners and indirect free kicks.
I think we've improved our performances ever since like mid-November-ish. I think we've seen a bit of an improvement. And I think now everyone's getting fit. Now we have those options that I've said off the bench that Pochettino has been able to use finally. We're finally seeing a Tottenham squad with depth, and that can maybe carry us on into the season. So hopefully...
And win the quadruple.
Yeah, we're going to win the quadruple, exactly.
Easy.
After being Barcelona.
Do you home and away. Easy.
All right, well, Sam...
Thank you for having me
on. Cheers. Honestly, thank you very much for coming. It was a last minute thing for Sam to come on because my brother.
I'm doing a lot of things last minute.
Yeah. If you want to,
my forte.
Do you want to plug yourself? Twitter or something?
Twitter is I almost said my old Twitter. The Twitter is Great Game1. The Great Game1 on Twitter, Instagram, Sam Lavender 9. Subscribe to these. Well, I was about to say these boys. Does anyone subscribe to WeAreTottenhamTV? To this boy.
This toucan.
Yes, one of two toucans.
Who's
wild toucans.
But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. Cheers for all your comments, your views, and your likes. Thank you for contributing. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and as always, come on, you Spurs.